working on you today. Even yesterday he did that. I don't understand it, people. He declares the end of things even from the beginning. So he said to Jeremiah, before I even formed you, I knew you. This brings me to that message that I preached a few years ago, or a few months ago, that you were not an accident. You were not an accident. That sometimes we may look at the conception on how you were conceived. You may be conceived out of wedlock, but God has a purpose for you. Ah, my goodness. I'm not promoting you to go and give birth and get pregnant outside marriage. But I tell you, God has a purpose for every child that is born. He said to Jeremiah, he said, before you were formed, I know you. I already knew who you are. I already know the size of your eyes and how the colors of your skin is going to look at. I already knew you. I formed you already. And not only formed you, he said what? I have ordained you and sanctified you to become a prophet. So the future of Jeremiah has already been determined by God even before he was born. Am I making sense here? Becoming your future. When you talk about a future, what is the future? A future is the predetermined purpose of a thing. The future is a predetermined purpose of a thing. The future of all creation is hidden in creation. The future of things is hidden. The future is the unleashed destiny. So your future is your destiny in hiding. Somebody got to understand what I'm talking here. So when you are becoming your future, which means there's an indication that God will unleash your destiny. You will come out of the known, you come out of the place of not known to the place of being known. Because you are becoming your future. Let me help you to understand. Your future exists before the present. God already knows your future already. Your future exists already. He already knew who you are. He already know what you're going to become. He already know what is going to be your outcome. I never knew or never thought of myself that I will become a Christian, much more of becoming a preacher. But God foreknew me. Even at the time that I was telling the Muslims, I said, would you show me the mother-in-law of God? God foreknew me. He said, look at you, I'm just preparing you. You don't know what you're talking about. So your future exists before your present. What you are now is just a manifestation of what God. Amen. Ah, my God. Becoming your future. The future of man is the unmanifested purpose. It is yet to be manifested. When it becomes manifested, then that's your future. The future of a product is the manufacturer's past. Am I making sense? The future of a product is the past of the manufacturer. When you become your future, it is just a past tense in the agenda of God. Because God already designed and destined you for greatness. Amen. He has a future in you. He has a future embedded in you. He has a destiny placed in the inside of you. So where you are now does not determine your future. It is just a process of where you are getting to. That's why people who tend to give up because of struggles now have a glimpse of your future. Then you will know that your struggles now cannot be compared to where God has in store for you. He said to Jeremiah, before you were born, I have already known you. I formed you and I ordained you. I have a purpose for you. I have a plan for you. So becoming your future. Look at someone and say, I'm becoming my future this year. A man's future is not outside of him. A man's future is trapped inside of you. It is inside of you. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 3. It's inside of you. It is trapped inside of you. It is when you discover that thing inside and make it come out. That's when your future will begin to unveil. So a man's future is buried in the inside of him. You have to unveil it for it to become a reality. Somebody once says that what happened 2,000 ago is not the killing of Jesus, but the manifestation of God's plan. Because already God planned it that Jesus would come and die. So when he died in the future, it was just a manifestation. So when you see things begin to unfold, you are becoming your future this year. But do you know what is the problem in life? The greatest tragedy in life is the premature damage of the future. When you damage your future prematurely, that's the greatest tragedy you ever face in life. You see people who have damaged their future into drugs and alcohol, damage their future into riotous living. That was what Herod was trying to do. Herod was trying to interrupt the future of Jesus Christ. That was why when Jesus was born, he tended to come after them and try to stop Jesus at infant age. And because of that, they killed all the young children, 2 years and below. Why? Because they're trying to damage the future of them. If they can mess up prematurely with your future, then you're in jeopardy. But when you begin to realize who you are and begin to walk and take constant, conscious steps towards your future will be great. There's a great future in you. Amen. I wish I could have a better amen to that. I said there's a great future in you. Becoming your future. Who was this Jeremiah we are talking about? Jeremiah, at the age of 12, when God spoke to him, Jeremiah started asking, God, how can this be? I cannot speak. I'm a child, I'm a boy. But God said, I will establish you. That's why you are named Jeremiah. I will exalt you. Look at what happened to Jabez. Jabez, his own people, tend to mess up his future. Because when they get back to Jabez, they name him Jabez. Jabez means sorrow. So they mess up his future, that throughout the days of his life, he will be living in sorrow. Because his future has been damaged by his own parents. You have people today who are taking sides in naming their children. They name them and they damage their future. How can you name her significance? Tell me for true. How can you go to the store and say you want suits, and then the representative give you shoe? Everything has its name. When you go, you say you want cologne, and they give you activator. It's a missing thing. So when you name things, they have meaning. So you have people who can name their children and mess up their future. Like the parents of Jabez. They tend to mess up his future. They name him Jabez. He said because he was born out of sorrow. So you have parents today who will name their children and say, this is my one shilling road. They name child. They name them, giving them things that will affect them for the rest of their lives. But Jabez took a cautious step to become his future. The Bible said it get to a point that Jabez came and prayed. He said, oh God, that thou may enlarge my coast. Enlarge my territory. He took that conscious step to come out of that place where he had been placed. Jeremiah became his future. Jeremiah said he cannot speak. Jeremiah was one of the prophets who was known for his dramatic prophecies and unusual lifestyle. Very dramatic, Jeremiah. He was known for it. His unusual lifestyle. One of them, the Lord told him that he should not marry. God said to Jeremiah, he said, don't get married. Why? Because Jeremiah used to come before the Lord and weep and lament to God for the people. And God was feeling the pain because of the adulterous and backsliding life of the children of Israel. So God wanted Jeremiah to feel that pain. And he didn't get married. But remember, originally when God told him, you will become a prophet, he said, God, how can this be? I cannot speak. I'm a child. But when he became his future, came a man, and he was the one that was born to go before the Lord and ask God for the people. Jeremiah was known as an outstanding and outspoken man. He was known for his confrontational prophecies, that he will confront situations the way they are. He will not be the one that will compromise with things, but he will take the things, he will take the bull by the horn. But remember, originally, when God spoke to him, he said, I've formed thee and I've known you. He said, I'm a child, I cannot speak. But when he became his future, he became his speaker. Are you understanding what I'm trying to derive at here?